Everyone knows Jonathan is one of the biggest names in BGMI history, but while comparing some of his old tournament stats with today's top players, I found something that genuinely surprised me. Even after 5 years, Prime Jonathan's number are still competing with MVP level performance. Let's go back to PMIS 2020 finals. This was not a qualifier, not a league stage, the finals, the biggest stage of the tournament. And in just 12 matches, Jonathan secured 27 finishes. That's an average of 2.25 finishes per match. Think about how ridiculous that number is. More than 2 finishes every single game on average in a national level final. Now let's compare that with Jonathan's recent BMPS performance. In BMPS 2024 semi-final, he played 16 matches in which he takes 16 finishes, exactly 1 finishes per match. Then in BMPS 2025 semi-final, he played 28 matches in which he made 28 finishes, again exactly 1 finish per match. Now before people misunderstand, 1 finish per match is still extremely solid. Most people never reach that level of consistency. But compared to PMIS 2020, the difference is massive. At this point, you might think maybe PMIS 2020 was just a weaker era. Maybe those numbers don't compare to modern BGMI. But here's where things get interesting. The MVP of BGIS 2026 finals, Hunters, averaged approximately 2.22 finishes per match. Read that again. The MVP of one of the biggest modern BGMI tournament averaged 2.22. Prime Jonathan in PMIS 2020 averaged 2.25. That's slightly higher. Different tournaments, different teams, different metas, different eras. But what it does so is something very important. The numbers from PMIS 2020 were not just good for that time, they are still comparable to MVP level performance today. And that's exactly why old BGMI fans talk about Prime Jonathan differently. Not because of nostalgia, but statistically that run was genuinely extraordinary. And honestly, that says everything. Whether you think today's competition is harder, whether you think modern BGMI is more tactical, or whether you believe Prime Jonathan was simply built different, one thing is clear. 5 years later, his PMIS 2020 performance is still enough to be compared with the MVP of BGIS 2026. So what do you think? Just write in the comments.